And I wonder.
No, we're not
Okay,
singing
go
our
ahead.
intro.
Okay, go ahead.
One, two, three, four, and go. We're running.
Hey, Jabeb.
Hey, babe. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing a-okay. How was your day today?
It was, let's not talk about my day. You know, my day wasn't that great.
Huh? What? Oh, okay, yeah. So, I was like, it wasn't that bad of a day, actually. We didn't do anything. But now I remember why it was a bad day.
Hmm.
Enlighten the people.
Well, I wanted to go to a particular restaurant to pick up food, and I walked in there and asked for what I wanted, and the lady was like, mm, "Yeah, we can do that. No, we can't. Yeah, we can. No, 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 we can't do that." So ultimately, she settled on no, she couldn't do that, and I was extremely disappointed.
All we wanted was, like the what are they called? Like crab boil things where you have everything in the bag. We just didn't want the seafood. So I don't understand why it would have been that hard, but I digress.
But I also called one of my other favorite restaurants and asked for my favorite menu item, and they said, "Sorry, we don't have that today." So I was really disappointed.
So the only reason why you had a bad day was because you didn't get to go to two of the places that you like.
Yes, yes, that affects my mood. Yes.
Okay, so despite the fact, A, we got to go see your mom today, B, we went to go get sandwiches and you actually liked the sandwich more than the place that we normally get sandwiches from. And what else did we do? We went to the gym, we were working on our fitness. So, still, you not getting your food from the two places trumps all that positivity.
Yeah.
Boy, I swear to God.
I love my mom dearly, and that is definitely a highlight of my day. So there's nothing negative I can say about that.
So, everything else. So, it was still a bad day.
It was like a 5 out of 10.
Oh my God. It was a good day. Let me tell you, I woke up, I did some editing. What else did I do? Oh, I went to the gym. I am working on my fitness because you want me to be able to feel comfortable in not a thong, um, in a Speedo when we go to Mexico. What else? We went shopping. What else did we do? I got this song stuck in my head because of you.
What song?
I like it. I like it. I don't know what it's called. Oh, it's called I Like It.
I Like It by DeBarge.
Yes.
Mhm.
And do you know why I have this song stuck in my head? Other than the fact that it's always like coming out of your mouth now. Like that's all you sing.
No.
Because the performance that Issa Man does at Queer Bar.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Like that was I mean, I know I've heard the song before, but like now if I ever hear the song, I relate that more towards her performance. I love her. She's so amazing.
That's why we started listening to the song kind of like more often and added it to our playlist was because of her. So it was a really good performance, and I enjoy. She could do that every time I go, and I would still enjoy it just as much.
Yeah, she's always so captivating. It's fun watching her.
I agree.
Then also, didn't you like the song because of your dad?
My dad, this was one of my dad's favorite songs, and he used to listen to it a lot when I was younger. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's first and foremost the reason why I like the song. But then it was just really ironic because it is an old school song, and it's a song that you don't expect to have played at a nightclub during a drag performance. So it was just like, you know, I was like, wow, okay, this is great. And I'm It reminded me of my dad. It almost kind of felt like my dad went there with us and it was joining the show with us, as silly as that sounds, but it was comforting, and that's why I love it that much more.
That's great. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah.
Yeah. No, babe, that's really awesome. And I'm glad that you got to hold on to that memory and you shared it with us. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Oh, I also forgot
What?
another positive thing that happened today.
What happened today?
We decided that we're going to actually start releasing an episode every week.
Yes, we are.
Yes, so we are now going to be doing the quick sip, which will be a much shorter version of our typical Wine and Wonder episodes. We're aiming for 15 minutes max because, come on, quick sip. I mean, it should be whatever. Anyways,
It should be a quickie.
oh my God, why would you say that? But yeah, so we're going to be doing the quick sip, and it is going to be just a little bit different because instead of both of us hosting the episode, it's going to be either one of us, which is going to be kind of interesting, seeing as I really play off of him throughout the episodes that we do record. So going solo might be a little bit of a challenge, but if you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. And that's what this year's all about is growing, being at peace with everything, or at least good mental health. You know, say something, babe.
I don't have anything to say.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, we're going to be doing the quick sip. And that is going to be following the week after we post a regular Wine and Wonder episode. So, cheers to that.
Cheers, man.
Ting. We haven't poured our wine for the Wine and Wonder episode yet, so we didn't do a real ting. But so on today's episode, we are going to be going over the wine of the week as we usually do. Then we are going to be going into a reality check. We did receive a few questions from you guys, so thank you so much for that. And then we are going to be going into Gaily News. You ready, babe?
I'm ready.
All right. So, do you want to go over the wine, or how are we going to do the wine today? I feel like you can use this or you can open it because it doesn't need a corkscrew.
It doesn't?
No, I
How do
don't
you
think
know?
so. It's just one of the pop ones.
Oh, I hate those ones.
Okay, never mind. I'll do that one too. What are you doing?
Researching.
Researching what? Oh, so every single episode, I just don't understand what he's doing. I think he's able to just recall something about the wine, or in this case, it looks like he's just not paying any attention because he's actually researching the wine. So, the wine of the week this week is called Incito. It's a brut sparkling wine. It's in this pretty sea green seafoam bottle. Um, It's just cute. I did not pick this one again because I have not picked the wine for wine of the week in the past. Like every single episode except the no, I didn't even pick the first episodes. Oh my gosh. That sucks. But why did you pick this one, babe?
I actually picked this one simply because the bottle caught my attention, and I really liked kind of like the sea green with the rose gold kind of look to it. And then it had really good ratings on it as well. Um, and it was really affordable. It's only $20. So win win. Uh, I wasn't able to find too much information about this wine. It's kind of elusive, but I would say that it is from Spain. It is a cava, and it's a sparkling wine. And some of the notes on here is that it's a powerful and razor sharp, heavy lime juice is complemented by candied lemon notes that are potent, slight spice and white pepper notes that supplement the vibrant, savory citrus acidity.
That sounds like a beautiful poem.
Yeah, it does.
Well, I'm excited to try this one. Hopefully, it is as good as it looks.
Let's
Ready for
try it.
this?
I'm ready.
Cheers, babe.
Cheers, man.
And I like it. Dun, 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 dun. Chills in my spine
Oh
everywhere.
my.
It was beautiful.
Oh my.
So, what do you think about the wine?
It's good. I like it.
Mm. So, I love bubblies, and this one is a very good one. I would give it a 7.5 right now. We are sending out a good 7.5. What do you give it?
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
We actually agreed on something.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that crazy?
That must mean my number is too high or something. I'm going down to a 7.
No,
Oh
7.5.
my god. But I have better taste. I don't have the same taste as you. Just kidding. Okay. So we'll visit the finals rating at the end of the episode. So we're going to go into our next segment, reality check. So we are asking that you guys go ahead and either email us or send us a DM on Instagram with a question you want advice on or just anything really, because we're here to answer and help you guys solve your problems. We are not licensed therapists. I had to just add that disclaimer just in case someone decides to send us a really good one and we do give advice. Ooh, and then they follow it and it's actually really
Mm,
bad advice. That would suck. You ready for some questions, Beb?
I'm ready.
Okay. So our first question is going to be from our beloved Aloe.
Oh, hello.
She did send us a few questions, but I'm only going to pick one, okay?
Okay.
And this one is actually a good one. I really
Okay.
like it.
Just so everyone knows, I have not heard these questions in advance, so I'm hearing them for the first time right along with you.
This is great because then everyone knows how like real and honest your answers are going to be.
Okay.
That's great. But the one that Aloe asked, it goes, have either of you sorry. Okay. Oh, you're not gonna like this question. That's why I'm laughing. Have either of you slept with someone you thought was ugly initially?
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, thank you, Aloe. I love this question. Baby, you can go first.
No, I have not. That's a very simple answer. No.
I have.
Okay, please tell me that wasn't me.
Babe, we've been together for quite a while now, and we are engaged now. So I think that you are safe. I think you are really attractive.
Thanks, babe. I think you're attractive too.
I know. Cheers to our engagement, babe.
We're not engaged.
Oh,
You thought I was just gonna let that slide?
I thought you were.
No, not gonna happen.
We're not engaged, guys. Sorry. But I will give you guys an update.
It will happen.
Oh, I know it's going to happen. But okay, have I slept with anyone that I thought was ugly first off meeting them? Let's see. No, it really wasn't you because I thought you were freaking gorgeous. Like, remember when we matched on Tinder? I was like showing everyone, this is what I bagged, guys.
Oh my gosh.
No, I was showing you off even before we were official or anything. We had gone on like one or two dates, and I'm like, look what I got.
Oh.
So you're safe from that. Someone that I thought was ugly and I slept with them. Thought was ugly and slept. I'm not thinking because I was a whore and I'm trying to go through everyone. But I yes, I can answer yes. Yeah. What can I say? I've made some
The regretful sigh.
I've made some decisions in my life. I'm not necessarily proud of them, but I do stand by them. There's a reason for everything. So, yes, I guess I have slept with someone who I thought was ugly initially and still ugly afterwards. Whatever. It happens, right?
I think that this is probably a far more common scenario than people realize, because it is it is easy for you to not be attracted to someone initially, and maybe through getting to know them and really them showcasing their personality, you sort of build a connection in that way. I think there's a term it's like called like demisexual, right? It's like you're not attracted to someone until you build more of a
Emotional connection.
emotional connection. So I think for many people that is the case, and maybe there's not necessarily that immediate attraction there just by the outward appearance. But then when you start connecting with that person on a deeper level, that's when those feelings of attraction comes. So I feel like that's actually a very common thing.
Okay, leave it to you to actually turn it into something like more valuable and life lesson. Like I'm over here thinking of the worst thing. Oh, they're ugly just because they're ugly, and that's what she's talking about, like physical appearance. And then you're over here throwing out, well, there are people who do that initially because they haven't established an emotional relationship with them. That was my attempt at trying to sound smart.
Okay.
But yeah, now when I think about it, like you start off as just friends and you maybe not see each other in any other way, but then as time goes on, more of an emotional connection happens and then you fall in love or yeah, okay, so I guess there's that scenario too. You are such a nice person.
No, I'm not that nice.
Well, you think better than others. So that's a good trait. But thank you, Aloe, for that question.
Thank
Um,
you, Aloe, for the question.
Yeah, I guess I should be more sensitive to things and then I'll be able to give better answers. All right, so our next question is from Anonymous. You ready for that?
I'm ready.
Okay, so the question goes: should I continue to ignore my friends' frequent racist comments?
Why do I feel like I know who this is from?
You might.
I feel like I do.
Hmm, interesting. Well, this person asked to remain anonymous, so
Okay.
you can guess, but I will not tell you. It's called doctor patient confidentiality.
We will respect their wishes to remain anonymous. And again, this is a very simple answer. No, you don't ignore racist comments under any circumstance, because by ignoring the racist comments, you become part of the problem. It's very simple. I think it's important, however you want to approach it is completely up to you. It doesn't matter if this person is someone of color, or even if this person is white. I think the responsibility that we have as individuals is more than just a conversation happening between two friends. It's extremely important to make sure to speak up and to really, acknowledge the elephant in the room. And you enable your friends to think that certain comments, even if again they're between the two of you in the privacy of your own home, or in the privacy between a phone conversation between the two of you, you enable them to think that that type of language is acceptable. So I think that it's important to speak up, and you don't have to do it again in a confrontational way, but you can say, hey, like, I'm starting to notice a trend here. There's been a few comments that have been made that have really been, quite prejudiced, or, outright racist, and I'm not really sure where this is coming from or what your intention is behind using certain language. Um, and I hate like I always feel like I'm a stickler for really intentional language, and when somebody says something, um, it really is because they think it's okay. So I think it's important to change the narrative there and to say, yeah, I don't really think that that's a good idea, and here's why." And really educate, even if you feel like it's not your place to, you should, because if you don't, who else is going to?
Okay, so I agree with everything that you said 100%. I mean, no type of racist behavior should be tolerated. Like, come on, it's 2023 now. Like, get the fuck over yourself. Um, but no, for real, no form of racism should ever be tolerated. But to play devil's advocate right now, what about like in joking manners? Like comedians, for example.
How do you know they're just joking?
I mean, okay, so what I'm trying to get at, so we're saying that it's we you should never tolerate racism like behavior, but comedians rely on that type of language for a lot of their jokes, right? So why do we tolerate that? What if, I mean, we don't know this friend. So, I mean, we can't say, but like, what if it's a situation like that? What if they're not like making racist remarks all the time? What if it is just in jest? Like, maybe they're a comedian. You don't, I mean, I don't know. Is that okay to ignore?
No. And I
No.
also would challenge you in the concept of comedians using racist content, um, in a comedic way. I feel like if we really dissect what it is that they're presenting to their audiences, in many ways, it's not racism necessarily. It's a lot of stereotypes and a lot of, kind of placing people in a box, but I wouldn't go as far to say as that it's racist.
Okay.
And so I think there is certainly a hard line between stereotyping someone and being racist towards them. I think there's a major difference between the two. So I think what comedians do is completely different than
Okay.
just outright racism. And so I think in the context of what you're saying, when somebody is just like being playful and saying something that's kind of very stereotypical about a specific group of people
Yeah.
based on their race, it's not necessarily racist, but when you start to travel into the realm of like using the N word with the hard ER at the end and in a really aggressive and hateful way, that is racist.
Okay.
And that is a outright hatred toward a group of people simply because of the color of their skin. And that is not okay.
I agree with that. I mean, I was just trying to play devil's advocate and pick your brain just to see what you would say.
So what do you think?
No form of racist behavior should be tolerated. At the end of the day, just no racist behavior. Okay.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, I'm glad we have resolved that issue. So, anonymous person, don't tolerate that behavior. Definitely go ahead and reach out to your friend. You don't have to like yell at them and like get in a shouting match with them, but definitely sit them down, be like, "Hey, what's going on? Why are you using this type of language? Like it's not okay." And just call them out on their bullshit.
Yeah, and if it's a really good friend of yours, you should feel comfortable enough to say, "Hey, there's been something on my mind, something that's been kind of rubbing me the wrong way and bothering me. And I would just like to talk to you about it friend to friend. And I don't want you to take it offensively. It's just a behavior that I'm noticing that I would like to talk to you about." And I think it's really important to be able to have those conversations in a healthy way, in a very adult conversation, and for the other person to really take a step back and put themselves in the shoes of, the receiving party, and be like, even if initially, you're feeling some type of way because you're being called out, but you should always take a step back and be like, really receive what the person is saying to you, let it resonate, and then respond. I think it's incredibly important to have those conversations, and to make sure people realize, like, you know what might have been acceptable socially many years ago is not the same as what's socially acceptable today. And that's a good thing, because as a society, I feel like we have grown a lot. I mean, believe me, there's plenty of work to do. I think we all know that. But we have really gone in a very progressive way to really, you know, minimize this type of language in our society.
Yeah, so I completely agree 100% with what you said. So, I mean, there's really not much for me to add after that. So, those are the questions that we have time for today. So, thank you, Aloe and Anonymous, for sending in those questions. Um, After you guys go ahead and follow our show on Apple or Spotify, leave us a comment or just a cheers emoji in the comments. Go ahead and send us a question that you would like answered. Go ahead and send it to us via Instagram at Wine and Wonder Podcast. Go ahead and shoot us a DM, or you can go ahead and send us an email with your question at wineandwonderpod@gmail.com. You will get amazing advice, as you could hear from wonderful Dr. Phil James, our wonderful James, with that last question.
You're welcome. Thank you for the questions, everyone.
Okay, so now we are going to be going into our Gaily News segment. So have you heard of Jeff Molina?
Um, Very briefly, actually, this week was my first time hearing about him.
Okay, so for those of y'all that do not know who Jeff Molina is, he is a UFC fighter. Um, he is, I think the record was like 11-2, so he's a pretty decent fighter, I would say, if you won 11 out of 13 matches. He is a lightweight in terms of the boxing or UFC classes. I do not know anything about the sport, y'all, so I'm actually struggling right now. But Mr. Jeff Molina, so I guess he got caught in a sexual act with another man, and it was recorded, and this other party decided they would release the video of Mr. Molina doing whatever it was that he was doing to this man.
Okay, so to be clear, he didn't get caught in the act, correct? It was a consensual encounter between him and another man,
Mhm.
but they probably, from my understanding, mutually decided to record the encounter. And whoever, I don't know if it was the person that was in the video or someone else who got a hold of the video, decided to essentially blackmail him and release the video.
Okay, so I don't know 100% about who released the video or those like exact details. From what I do understand, it was a video of him and that guy, and I think it was that guy who released the video. I don't know if it was a consensual video, so I don't know if Jeff Molina actually said, "Yeah, it's okay to videotape this," because in my head, that would be really stupid. Like, you are a public figure for one, um, and he wasn't out, which is gonna be more towards our later discussion. But like, why would he agree to a videotape? You know?
I don't know. I would say it would be kind of hard, and maybe, I mean, everyone listening, correct me if I'm wrong, but you might be down there getting busy and focused on what you're doing, but I feel like it'd be kind of hard to not know that you're being recorded.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know any of the specifics. I'm just saying. But yeah, so he got caught in, or not caught, but a video of him was released of him performing a sexual act on another man. So, with that being said, he was not out to the public, right? He said himself he is in a sport that is really like, it contains a lot of fans that spew homophobic behavior. Why would he want to come out as bisexual in a sport like that? He just wanted to be known for his fighting, you know, not for being gay. He doesn't want to be called that gay fighter. I don't understand why that person would do that to him. That's horrible. Like, what do you think about that? I mean, obviously, it's a shitty situation.
First and foremost, it is never okay to out someone in any way, let alone to out someone in this way of releasing a very personal and intimate situation between him and another person. I think that's just kind of like, that is such a low blow to someone, anyone, and then also adds insult to injury that he is a public figure. He's in a sport, and in any sport, any male sport, it is almost always, socially, frowned upon for someone to be, homosexual, because they are viewed as less of a man, than their other male counterparts. And so I really think that that is just, outrageous. Um, this actually takes me back to a moment, I think, in Survivor, and I'm not like a Survivor super fan by any means, but I remember seeing this online where they were having, tribal council, and there was a trans man
Zeke,
in Zeke in the competition, and another contestant,
Jeff Varner,
Jeff Varner. There you go. See, Zach is a super fan, and mind you, this wasn't their first time competing. I think it was like an all-star season, right?
yeah,
And so they had been on Survivor before, and this entire time, Zeke is a Zeke. Zeke did not share that he was a trans man to anyone, and he chose not to share that because that's his prerogative, and he wanted to play the game as his authentic self and be accepted as who he is without any other underlying weird feelings about it. But the other contestant, Mike,
Jeff,
Jeff,
Jeff Varner.
Jeff Varner, decided to out Zeke during this tribal council out of nowhere, and just flat out said, "Why haven't you told anyone that you're transgender?"
Yeah, so I think what had happened, what led to that, unfortunately, they were talking about one another, like being very deceptive and lying to the group and blah blah blah. And so Jeff was like, "So Zeke, like, why haven't you told anyone you're trans? Like, you're lying to everyone." So he was throwing that in his face, which was awful. And what made it a little bit worse, Jeff Varner is gay. He is part of the community, and he just threw another brother under the bus. Like, why the hell would you do that?
Exactly. And, you know, that was just a crazy situation. A lot of the other contestants immediately spoke up and was like, "Hey, that is not okay. That is not cool. How dare you just out him on national television and in front of all of these other contestants?" And you could just see Zeke sitting there like stunned and in shock almost, of like, wow. And so I don't think people really understand the impact that it has on someone's mental health and also just their life in general when they are outed, when they can't make that decision for themselves.
That should never be taken away from someone. Like, they may not be in a place where they're not ready to tell people. Like, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, for my own experience, like, I mean, for the most part, everyone knew I was gay, right? But that's not for them to be like take from me. Like when I'm ready to be 100% myself, that is when I will share that with the world. And the fact that I was given that opportunity, I was able to share it when I wanted to, it's helped make me the person that I am today. And so I feel for Jeff Molina that being taken away from him. Like he had all these other reasons as to why he didn't want to be or want to come out as bisexual, and then just for that to be taken from him, I feel so sad.
Yeah, I think the concept of coming out, I hope that we get to a place in the world where coming out really just isn't a thing. You are who you are, you like who you like, and that doesn't necessarily have to be a topic of conversation or that just like this big coming of story. But there are so many people in this world that are put in very unsafe situations when they're outed. Um, and so safety is a big reason why a lot of people don't come out. And that's one of the top reasons that I can think of is, you really are putting that person in a very uncomfortable and very unsafe and vulnerable situation sometimes, depending on, their life circumstances. So that is one of the biggest reasons why you should never do that. And then also, you want to, it should always just be that person's decision, no matter what.
Yeah, definitely. And then how freaking stupid is the person that like leaked the video? Because Jeff Molina is a freaking UFC fighter. He could come and beat your ass if he really wanted to. Like, let's be honest.
Yeah, that was kind of a silly move.
I I mean, if that had been me, I know I would not be sharing anything like that cuz I mean, I don't want to hurt my pretty face, you know? But yeah, not to make light of a serious situation, but for real, that's not right. That's not cool. I just want Jeff Molina to know that he has found two new fans and two new supporters. And despite everything that happened up to this point, it does get better and it will be a lot easier. And now you can do your sport and be who you are at the same time. And hopefully you get to do it just freely. So, more power to you.
Yeah, I actually find it pretty exciting that there is a person in our community that's in a sport like that, because I think that, again, stereotypically, a lot of people think that that sport is a very hetero world, and that there is not LGBTQ plus people in the ring, and there is. So that's pretty exciting, and it gives us gays a more reason to just support and watch and be there for him. So
Thank you for giving your opinion on that. That was a bit of a struggle this past week because first off, you kept asking me what we were talking about, and I would tell you. And then you asked me again the next day, and so I told you again. And then today you asked me, and you had said that you knew nothing about anything that we were talking about today. And I was like, this is something you aren't going to need research on. I got the research portion, and it's not going to be too in depth about the actual person, but the acts that did happen.
Mhm.
And you did good. So thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, so that brings us to the end of our episode. Um, so the wine, babe.
Yes.
Let's discuss the wine. I've been reaching out to a bunch of winemakers, people that are in the wine industry, and I've had a few conversations and I wish I was a sommelier. That'd be so freaking cool. Like I I wish I could just like take a taste of the wine and be able to be like, "Ah, yes, notes of chestnut," or something like that, you know? That'd be awesome. But since I don't have those abilities right now, I'm just going to take another taste of the wine and tell you guys how it is. It's good. That is how I will do my wine tastings. I will not give you guys hints of chestnut because I'm not classy like that yet, guys. But give it time. After I'm a married man, hint, hint, I will become classy. Okay.
All right.
So, what do you think of the wine?
It is very delightful, and I still would give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Really?
Yes.
I am going to go with a 7.5 as well. This is a very good wine, but I don't like to give out high numbers so freely, you know?
I like it. I like it. I really, really like it.
Shout out to Issa Man. Woo, woo, woo.
Those are finger snaps.
All right, guys. So if you could go ahead and follow us on Apple or Spotify, that would be great. Even better if you guys could go ahead and give us a comment and share with your friends. Go ahead and follow us at Wine and Wonder Podcast on Instagram. Leave comments, notes, questions, whatever. We will definitely get back to you. Do you have anything else to say, babe?
Wine and Wonder.
We were so close to not having a musical episode, and you went and messed that one. Oh no, I sang in the beginning, huh? Ooh.
You bad.
Should we harmonize? Let's harmonize.
Let's harmonize.
Okay, you give me a note. I'll harmonize with you, babe.
Mm.
I was harmonizing.
Okay.
Whatever. All right. Love you, babe.
Love you too.
Okay, bye, guys.